Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next part of the module. So in today's video, we're gonna go over setting up our demo store. So this is gonna be a very long video. I estimate, guys, I'm gonna go straight into just building up the store from scratch. And I'm gonna show you guys the ins and outs on how to successfully build out your high ticket dropshipping store. So let's just get started right away. If you guys need access to this Notion doc, just let me know in my DMs or wherever the links might be at, and I'll send it directly to you so that you could get a hold of this. So this is just gonna guide us through on exactly what we have to do for the Shopify demo store. So this is gonna be building out your demo store. And so you're probably going to see a affiliate link over here. If you guys could, please just check out this affiliate link when you do sign up for your Shopify store. That will help me and the Peak Flow community a lot. And moving forward, then we're gonna go into pick up a niche, buying your domain, registering our Gmail account, so like the support emails and all of that. Then we're gonna actually create the store in real time. Then we'll go into Shopify settings, store policies, and all of that in between. A few things that I want to bring out before I go straight into the demo is we're also going to set up the 1-800 number as well as our live chat. So this is gonna be a straight off the dome, starting it from scratch type of video. Make sure, guys, to just support the channel if you can. Anyways, we're gonna start off with picking the niche. So I have a whole entire niche selection in the other modules, but in this case, I'm just gonna go and build out a gazebo niche. For those that are going to steal or go into the gazebo niche, feel free. I think it's a great niche for you to check out. However, this isn't gonna be a store that I'm running, but I'm gonna build a sample store for you guys to see in real time. And so we're just gonna go and choose the gazebo right over here. And the first thing that we have to do is buy our domain. Your domain is the website. So for us, we're gonna choose either GoDaddy, Namecheap, or Shopify. In this case, I am going to choose Namecheap, and let's begin creating our domain. So I have to come up with a name. I have to figure out what I'm going to name my store. So I think there is a Shopify name generator right over here. So I'm just gonna go into gazebo. And so this is gonna help a lot of you guys when it comes to finding out your niche names, your brand names. This helps a lot. And I'm just gonna wait for it right now. All right, perfect. So I have Canopy, Craft, Zenith, Zest, Shade Sway, Gazebo, Haven, Retreat. I kind of like that. Gazebo Grove, Gazebo Genius, Gazebo Vista. I mean, I'm not gonna run this, or maybe I might actually. I might run some ads for this just to play with the gazebo niche. But let's try gazebogrove.com. So we're gonna do gazebogrove.com. All right, so this is actually taken, register in 2023, that's fine. We're gonna go and find another niche right now. Let's see. Let's try some more names. Let's see what other people are doing. So when it comes to choosing your name, you can also just look at what other people have their store names on. Co's Yard, Gazebo Yard, gazeboyard.com, Gazebo Yard, gazebooutdoorliving.com. No, Gazebo Backyard. All right, guys, so I just used the Shopify name generator and I saw some of these titles. I saw some of these names for when I searched up gazebo. And at first I was thinking about maybe using Gazebo Zenith or Gazebo Craze, but I just decided on gazebosavvy.com. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and add this to our cart right now. And I'm just gonna go ahead and check it out. You guys don't need anything else except auto renew for the website. So you see auto renew is right here. So you would click auto renew. In this case, I'm not gonna auto renew. And then you should have some domain privacy protection over here. And from then on, you just go do 1 year. For me, it's just $10 a year. So that's a great domain for you to go into. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and create the username and password. So Gazebo Zenith is what I'm gonna name it. And then I have a Gmail account that I could use to contact information. Now I have to enter my information. All right, so we just went ahead and created an account. Now we have to go ahead and add our contact. So this should be good. Just gonna click continue. Now we have to add in the cards. All right, guys, so I just filled in the necessary information to acquire my Namecheap domain. So pretty much this domain is gonna connect to our Shopify store, and we're gonna use gazebosavvy.com for our high ticket dropshipping store. And so I just went ahead and I filled in the information, I created my account, and now I'm just gonna click pay now and pretty much just place this order. All right, guys, so as you guys could see, I just acquired the gazebosavvy.com domain, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna connect this to our Shopify store. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and create my Shopify account as well. So make sure that you use the link that we give you over here. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna enter our email address. So it's gonna be gazebozenith@gmail.com. And then we're gonna click email. Now we're gonna enter a password. And then pretty much what it does is it's gonna bring you and direct you into Shopify. And you actually get a 7-day free trial. And then I believe it's like $1 for 30 days for 3 months. Don't quote me on this. The offers could have changed at any time, but you'll be directed into a free trial and then you can select the plan. Perfect. So my trial just started. First month is just $1 and you get $50 on the App Store credit as well. So welcome to Shopify. Where would you like to sell? We're gonna do online store. You're gonna click next. I'm just starting. I'm already selling online. Well, if you're starting, we'll go with the I'm just starting just so to make it easier. Products I buy myself, digital products, dropshipping products. Get started. Now you wanna add these details. You wanna first go into domains. And so right now what you wanna do is you wanna go ahead into your billing. And I'm just gonna put in my information just so that we don't have any problems in the future. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about the plans. So I recommend to start off with the $29 a month plan, and then you can move up to $79 a month. Once you have hit $40,000, $50,000 in a month, you could go ahead and check that out. But pretty much you could just get started with 29 bucks a month, and that's the exact one we're gonna get started with. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter my information right now, and then we'll go ahead and continue building out our store. So let's go. All right, guys, so I just subscribed into Shopify, just entered my billing information just so now everything's on track, but you guys could just continue using the free trial. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we just went ahead and we bought our domain, which is gazebosavvy.com, and we just created our Shopify storefront. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna connect our domain to our Shopify store. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over and hoggle to domains over here, and they have a setup guide, which you could take a look at. But in this case, we're just gonna go ahead and connect existing domain. Now, keep in mind, you guys can either use Namecheap, you can use GoDaddy, or you could buy it from the Shopify domain themselves. All of them will work. It's just precisely up to you on how you wanna do it. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and enter gazebosavvy.com. And then what's gonna do is gonna say follow setup instructions, and that's gonna give you instruction guide on how to connect it to a third party. And so what you wanna do is you wanna go into here, and then you want to find all of this information. So pretty much what you need to do is connect your domain. And so this might look like a lot of technical stuff, and I will make sure that we get through this together. So don't worry, let me open up Namecheap. And let's figure this out. All right, so we just opened up our Namecheap account, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into manage DNS. And so whether you're on GoDaddy, whether you are on the Shopify dashboard, there's something known as DNS. I don't know what exactly it stands for, but pretty much you just add in certain records and you put in certain information. And so as I clicked manage, there is a lot of stuff going on. I'm just gonna go to advanced DNS. And you could see that there are certain records over here. And so these, you guys don't have to go too crazy. I know it looks like a lot. When I first started off building out my store, I thought it was a lot too, but if you just follow this to a T, you'll be good. So Shopify actually tells you exactly how to do it. So before you begin, this is just the stuff that you should know, but we're just gonna go straight and just dive into step one and let's just dissect this one at a time. So on your domain provider's website, log into your account. So we just did that. Find the DNS settings, like I just said, so to manage DNS. And then you want to put the A record to the Shopify IP address over here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to copy that. And then we're going to click host record, A record. And then I guess it's going to be A. If necessary, change the host name to @ I would have messed up. So you see guys, we're not perfect here, but we will get through it. And so that's the first thing. And then the next thing is delete any other A record. So we didn't have any. Point the AAA record to this, and that was 3 A's at this. Click save. And then you want to change delete any other. So point the C name. So pretty much it's just some copy and pasting. It's not too crazy. And we're going to go ahead and do this right now. And then we're going to click add new record, C name. And this is www. Boom. Simple. And then from then on, save your changes and then connect your domain to Shopify. So I'm just going to verify that this is all good. I'm going to refresh this just to make sure everything's good. All right, so it looks like this was added in correct order as they told me. So now I'm just gonna go into Shopify, go to settings, domains, follow sub instructions, and I'm gonna verify the connection. Boom, simple. Now it's probably gonna take maybe like 5 minutes and then this domain should be good. So we'll move on into the next part of our Shopify settings. So just to recap guys, if you guys just randomly just went into this middle of the video, we just created our Shopify store. We used the Shopify name generator to come up with a name, which is gazebosavvy.com. I went ahead and bought a domain on Namecheap. And by the way, guys, if you need this Notion document, just let me know. We're in the Gazebo niche, and now we're gonna go into the next part, which is the settings. So we're gonna go ahead, I rated this $29 a month. So I told you guys that. We have to go into pretty much just the whole entire Shopify store now, right? So pretty much you don't really need any of this stuff for now. Let's just go do this one by one. And so first things first is you want to enter your store details. You want to enter your store name, put the phone number, which we will replace later, and enter the necessary information. If you're in LA, put Pacific time. If you're in New York, Eastern, do your time zone. And then we're gonna go into plan. Again, we already kind of touched upon all of these, so I'm not gonna go too crazy into it, but we're gonna continue and just go through, run down to you one by one how these things work. And so users and permissions is how you give access other people to your store. So let's say you are looking to build out your website and you don't know how to code or build a website. You don't have any graphic designing experience. This is where you could actually give access to virtual assistants. And I highly recommend using virtual assistants from Upwork, Fiverr. I personally use Upwork. You can also hire people from the Philippines with onlinejobs.ph. And what you basically do is you just add people to your account, but they're not gonna let me do it yet. But you will have access to pretty much just click add permissions, add their email in, and they'll have access to certain parts of your store in which you deem fit for them. So that is what users and permissions are, quite straightforward. Collaborators is pretty much external designers, developers, people that need access to your Shopify store. It's very similar to your staff account, and they'll request access to your store and they'll ask you about necessary information like your domain and all that stuff. And then they'll send a request, and then from here on, you just click like allow request. So that's for collaborators. You don't need to know too much about this yet because I recommend scaling and hiring your first virtual assistants to help with, your sales and customer service once you hit like maybe $10,000 a month. But for now, you could put this on pause. In terms of payments, that's the next thing we have to do. So when it comes to payments, you have to be able to accept payments. So in this case, we're gonna go through the account setup, and then we're just gonna go ahead and submit certain information through the business. Now, if you guys have followed what we showed you in the business setup, by now you should have an EIN. For those that don't know what an EIN is, that is your specific identification number for your business. And so this is gonna be great when it comes to applying for your Shopify payments. So you wanna put this in all over here and enter the information. I'm not gonna go through this right now just because this is going to be a demo store, but this is the statement descriptor where when they see the charge, you're gonna see Gazebo Savvy or gazebosavvy.com. Like that. So that's what they'll see. This is the phone number that they'll call, and then you just click submit for verification, and then you'll be approved for certain payment gateways. Now, for those that don't know what this is, pretty much when you are trying to make sales online, you need to go through a middleman. That middleman could be Stripe, that middleman can be Shopify Payments, that middleman can be PayPal. These are known as payment providers or payment gateways. So that's pretty much just the way you use to transact money. So it's how you get a client's money to your bank account. And you're gonna use this middleman payment gateway as kind of like your way to maneuver the money around. And you could either also add in PayPal, but they also have additional transaction fees. And the most important thing once you do set up your Shopify account is going into this, the payment capture method. So this is gonna be one of those gems that just come through time from wisdoms and failures. So when I first started off high ticket dropshipping, I didn't have this manual checked in. So pretty much right now on default, it's by automatic, and I had it on automatic. So what that basically means is when you get a order, it will automatically charge the client and it's gonna put into your bank account. But every time you make a charge, there is about like a 2.7 up to 3.5% off of your order. So let's say you make $100, you will have to give $3 away to payment gateways just for using their service, just to make sure all of these transactions aren't fraud and stuff like that. That's the cost of having these payment gateways. These are known as transaction fees. These are fees for incurring transactions. So you're gonna have transaction fees. PayPal says it does 2%. Shopify does 2.9% plus 30 cents per order. And these do add up in the future. But when I first started off, I had it on automatic payments. And pretty much what happened was I would get some orders and then they might be on back order or the customer wants to cancel just because. And so what ended up happening was all of these transactions fees, it kept adding up off of like a $10,000 order. If you have a 3% transaction fee, that's $300. So it's just stuff like that. And it just bled me a lot before I started realizing, wait, there's actually a way to manually capture payments. And what that basically means is when a customer does pay you, you will still get the sale and that money is held and it's still in their bank account because we don't capture it yet for about 5 to 7 days until we do capture it. We capture it when we know we can fulfill it. We verify with the supplier that the order is in stock, it's ready to ship. Just making sure that you do your necessary blueprints, like sending out your purchase order with the supplier and just doing your due diligence to make sure that you can fulfill and provide that tracking number and give it to your customer. So this is a great way that you could just make orders. And then once you know you can actually fulfill it, which you most of the time you can, you just go ahead, then you capture it. And this will save you lots of money because one of the ways that e-commerce people are trying to make money, right? Everyone just thinks it's like ads and just running more ads, but sometimes it's just about minimizing expenses and continuing the revenue growth. So these are kind of the things that you would get from our coaching program. If you are interested, we have a one-on-one mentorship coaching program to help anybody get to $30,000 in a month in 24 weeks. So just go ahead and check that out. But it's kind of like these wisdoms, these experiences that's very hard for me to just kind of share in a video. Like there's just, it depends on the certain situation and the nuances that you bring about to us in the program. And then I'll just tell you, oh, like just do this, do that, do that. But generally this is one of those golden nuggets that will save you tons of money. So make sure you do manual checkout. And so you're just gonna click manually over here. And other than that, you're just gonna go ahead and make sure you have a good payment gateway. Next thing is we're gonna have a checkout. And we have certain settings that we need to abide by over here. But before we go into that, let's just go ahead and create the logo for Gazebo Savvy right now as well. So let's just go ahead into Canva. So for those that don't know what Canva is, it's a tool where you could use tons of different creatives and just make your logo. Now, this isn't going to be your best logo here, guys, all right? I'm just trying to make a demo logo for you. You could create a logo on Canva by yourself. You could also go on Upwork or Fiverr and get somebody to send you a logo. So those always work, and that's gonna be entirely up to you. But in this case, let's just go ahead and use Canva just to build out a basic logo that we could plug into our store. So we have this gazebo over here. And of course, everything is going to be on trial. So I'm just gonna use one of the free ones for now, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this Gazebo Savvy #1. All right, so in this case, I'm looking for like a phrase that I want to go ahead and put. So, all right, so I'm going to open up ChatGPT because I just need some inspiration. So this is how you could leverage AI to help you guys, right? So this business model not only is a legitimate and sustainable business model, we're also using AI at the forefront of technology. And so I need a slogan for my gazebo brand. Please give me some slogans with maximum 4 words, 5 words in it. Keep it short and brief. Give me 25 examples. Shade, style, serenity, elevate your outdoor space. I like that. Embrace outdoor comfort, savor moments. You see, guys, this is really cool. This is how you use ChatGPT. Play around with it. It will save you tons of time, honestly speaking. So we're gonna go ahead and choose one of these. Breathe freely under cover. Your gazebo, your paradise. I actually like that. Simple. Let's go here. No, too long. I don't like it now. So let's continue. Cherish every outdoor bliss made easy. Like that. All right, so we'll have this, and then I'll have a white background, and then I have to change these to black, and then change this to black as well. gazebosavvy.com. So this shall do for the logo, and we're gonna go ahead and make it, oh, I can't change the sizing. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and have this logo over here. Again, guys, your logo is gonna be completely up to your style and design, but in this case, I'm gonna plug in this logo into my checkout over here, and it's gonna say customize checkout, and that is the first thing I'm gonna do, which is customize the logo. So we're gonna go click logo over here. All right, so we just import the logo product, and we're gonna click done. And so this is how the logo looks like. And of course, there's nothing here yet because we haven't installed a theme. So that brings me to the next part. Since we're at checkout, we are ready to create our store. And then once we create the store, I'll just finalize and finish up on the rest of these and go through it. We have some basis that we started off with. Now we have to click customize, and then we're gonna actually get a theme. So I'm gonna open up this theme store for you guys to look at, and I'll tell you guys which themes that I recommend. So we're gonna go into the theme store right over here. And so this theme store is pretty much your Shopify marketplace to find all of these website designs. So for those that are like, well, Marcus, I don't know how to code or all that stuff, you could just buy a premium theme where somebody already coded most of it. You just have to plug and play. You can see there are tons of good ones. And honestly speaking, this is pretty nice. Like, I actually like Tokyo. Never seen it. This is one of the newer ones, but this is actually pretty good. I would honestly consider this. This is really good. I like it. Personally speaking, if I was new, I would consider this. But I'm gonna recommend you the ones that I had back in the beginning. So I was using Warehouse, which is a $320 theme. And there's also Empire, which is this theme. And then there's also, I believe, Impulse, which is this theme. So there's about 3 themes that I used to work with and play around and just use these styles. Check out that Tokyo theme. That was pretty cool. I think that's one of the newer styles. And in this case, we're gonna go and use the Empire theme. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go continue building out this store. So one of the things that we're gonna have to build out is also going to be the page. So we just added the Empire theme, and this is how it looks like in the very beginning, which is great because we could work around this. So the first thing that we need is going to be a slide. So what do we do here? We're gonna have to add certain things. First thing we want to add is going to be our logo that we just created. So you're just gonna go into theme settings and look for logo. So I don't see logo over here. I'm gonna go back, and then there's definitely gonna be a way to add my logo, which is right here. I'm gonna click add images, which I've already added right here. And then it looks a little bit small, so let's just increase the sizing and see how that looks. All right, we're going all the way in. Okay, gazebosavvy.com, like that. And then we're gonna click save. And now we have to create a slide for here. And I believe it's set 1800 by 1000. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And I was just playing around with it before, but obviously I don't know what I was doing. I'm gonna go into custom sizing right here, 1800, 1000. Yeah, I was thinking about camping for some reason to build this out. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm pretty much gonna go into here, and we're gonna go and take this photo because I really liked it. So I'm just putting together like what other dropshippers are doing and just making it my own. So that's how it is, right? So we're gonna go click upload, and we're gonna upload it. So we're gonna go ahead and put this over here, and we're just gonna change the sizing to make it fit like this. And now we're gonna put this right over here, and we're gonna see how that looks. So we're gonna click download, and boom, photo 1. Now we're gonna go back to here, and we're gonna select the image, photo 1, and let's see how that looks. Oops, it canceled. Make sure when you guys are building out your Shopify store, you do take your time to build out your logo and just make a nice clean store. But in this case, we could just use this for now. You could also go and create your custom banner by going on Upwork and finding a graphic designer. For your time purposes, I don't want to waste your time. I'm just going to go and just put some basic fillers in for your logo and the pictures, because that is something that you could use and take through time. But right now, I'm just going to add in the information over here. So gazebo savvy. And now this is where we go ahead and we use some ChatGPT, and let's see some styles that we could use. Crafted for your outdoor delight. I want to use the paradise one, which is right here. Your gazebo, your paradise. So I will put that. So why did it go back over here? Nope, stay. There's definitely more than one slide. That's definitely why. So what we're gonna do is unsee these. So just do one right here. And then we're gonna go your gazebo, your paradise. We are the #1 authorized retailer for gazebos. Like that. Button, you want to choose your store's color. So in this case, it's red right now. And I don't know why this doesn't give us that option, but let's see this. Okay, I like the overlay. So we're gonna continue with the overlay. And to change the color, you're probably gonna have to go into settings, into colors, primary color. I'm just gonna make it black and white. How do we like that? Black and white is not bad. So we're just gonna change all of the reds to black. Black. Any more blacks? I don't think so. Okay, save. Now what I'm going to do is go back to here. And now let's just continue. The button should say shop now. And for reference, guys, you guys could reference this website that we also have created in the past before, Belcopia. I'll show you and break down what you guys should use. And this is one of the stores that we created. This is by my boy Nelson. And this is an example of how your store should look like in the very end. Of course, this is a different theme. Again, I was using different themes before in the past, but this is an example of just looking nice. And so we're gonna try to build this out as fast as possible. Obviously, I don't want to waste your time. So we're just gonna put these free shipping when you spend over $100, free shipping on all orders. Give us a call. We're just gonna put a random number here for now. Chat with us. We offer 24-hour chat support. Locations, #1 authorized dealer. We are the #1 authorized dealer for gazebos. So now we're gonna have to add more images. So I'm just gonna click save. But you guys see it's already starting to come together, looking pretty good. And now we just have to add these photos over here. So I'll just go ahead and I'll click this promotional item. So I'm just gonna go ahead and see what type of photos that we could get up. And so I don't recommend just copying and pasting and finding any photo you possibly can. When you guys are going into designing it, actually take your due diligence and go through and make sure that your images are high quality, make sure they look good, make sure they're just fitting. So I'm just going through here to kind of get through this as straightforward as possible so you guys understand the fundamentals and the basics. But again, you guys should take a little bit more time than I am right now to make the pictures look good. And trust me, this is a perfect example of what you don't want. Like, what is going on here? I'm trying to take his photo and it's not working. So I'm gonna go to another one, cozyard.com. So this is an example of a high ticket dropshipping store that we actually just found. So this could be a competitor, and you could see that this is exactly what we were trying to build. My store arguably looks a little bit better already, but no, he has a lot better banners. So for understanding's sake, just for this video, I'm just gonna go take his banner. I do not recommend stealing any competitors. If you do any of that stuff, the least you could do is go ahead and change it up. But for demo purposes, this is how it would look like if you had a really good and created banner photo. So just to show you guys how it looks like, I'm not even gonna use this for demonstration purposes. I'm just gonna show you how it looks like. And it will look like this. which honestly, the one that I did looks a little bit better. So depends on the theme and everything, of course. But in this case, let us go find some gazebo photos. So I'm gonna go and just search gazebo over here. And I'm just gonna go find photos for me to use. If you guys are struggling with finding photos, you guys can actually use unsplash.com, and that will actually help a lot with finding photos that aren't copyrighted and everything for you to use. So I'm just gonna take this, download free, photo 2, photo 3, photo 4, photo 5. So again, I'm just taking some random photos and putting it on just to show you guys how to do it. And so we're just gonna click add images. And wow, these photos I couldn't even download actually. I had to click download over here. Photo 6, photo 7. Oh, this one you gotta pay money. They're probably like, oh Marcus, you taking way too much, bro. Like you chiefing too much. So I shall stop, okay? Unsplash, like you got me. I'm just gonna go back to Google for now, okay? So now I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna take this and just go like this. Photo 8, photo 9. By the way, guys, these are all potential comparators for you. Backyard discovery for an off backyard. Well, for this store right now, right? Because when you go on Google to search it, you'll also find tons of comparators that you could use. But right now, in this case, I'm just adding in all of these lovely images so that I could use it for demonstration purposes. So I'm gonna click this, and then we'll have a photo like this. And then we could use this and select the photo over here. And boom, and boom, and boom. Personally, I actually want to change this to look like this. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, this doesn't look that good. This doesn't look high def enough. We just have to get another photo. All right, so let's use this. Now, doesn't that look pretty good already? Oh wow, we have to get rid of this. We have to get rid of the repeat. So let's just get one more over here. Just click save image. Photo 1, add this to over here. And boom, just like that. All right, so boom, now we just have this. And then what you wanna do is you wanna create collections, which is what I'm gonna do. So looks like a lot of this stuff I'm just going to get rid of for now, just because I think you guys understand how it looks like. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna hide these and just do a basic one. We're gonna have to add in some products and collections, but I think that'll be okay. Over here shows featured product, featured collection, grid, collection list, shop the look. You see, this is a really good theme. Like if you actually just take your time to just put the photos in, and you could create blogs, like this is already looking pretty good, honestly speaking. Now I'm just gonna add these reviews over here. So I'll use ChatGPT so you guys could see how the AI works. I need 4 reviews for my gazebo store called Gazebo Savvy. Please write me 4 different reviews from 4 different people. Keep it short, simple, and realistic. 5-star reviews only. So we're gonna tell ChatGPT to give us all of these, and it says this: absolutely thrilled with my purchase. Boom. So we're gonna click this, change that. You see how easy it is, guys, with AI? Like usually I would have probably had to spend some time to just think about a good review, but now you could just base it off of here and just literally copy and paste. But we're not really copying, right? We're just making our branding for this. So boom, and then we need the names of the people: Michael H, Emily W, James R, Michael H, James W, Emily R. Just like that, we just got some stars, reviews over here. And then blog posts, if you do end up writing blogs, I'll show you guys how those are done. But right now we just got the homepage figured out. So that's gonna bring me to the next part, which is back to our settings. So the reason we went ahead and we went through this is because we had to go through some of the settings. But as you guys could see right now, we have this theme, we could publish it. I'm just gonna click publish right now. And I'm gonna remove password because now we actually have a theme. So you see how everything is coming together, guys? This is how the beauty of high ticket dropshipping works. GazeboSavvy.com, we have this already. I'm about to show you guys and build up a high ticket e-commerce store for you guys in less than 1 hour. So let's kill it. Go back to settings. Let's go into customer accounts. So this is going to be for when your customer wants to register an account on your website. Usually we don't really use this, but in special circumstances, you could potentially check it out. Now, shipping and delivery is going to be a bit of a process, but we gotta go back into checkout because there's actually some things that I forgot. So with checkout, there are very important things that you must take. Basically, when somebody is going through the checkout process, you need to be able to take certain information from them. So this is what it looks like when you go through the checkout page. You're gonna have to add your logo in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add my logo, and that is it. That's really all you have to do. And then you can click save, and then you could go over here and you could look at your checkout page, and it should direct you to the checkout page. It's still loading right now. So we'll just wait for that, but we're gonna go back into our Shopify store just so you guys could continue with the settings, and then you guys could see how the checkout page looks like. It's a little error right now, might be on Shopify's end, but we'll go back to it. It's not craziest end all be all right now. But checkout, make sure that you add in these specific settings. So on customer information, you want to require first and last name. So on customer information, first name, last name. Okay, so require first and last name. Company name optional. Again, if you guys want access to this Notion document, just let me know and I'll definitely send it over to you. Optional. And shipping phone address is required. So we're gonna click on this. And then over here, I believe we have to go through and check the SMS. So we wanna check this. And then tipping, usually you don't have to set these in. I don't really set it in. But let's say somebody that you're talking to is a rich paying client and they're paying you and they want to tip you. So, you could take, 10% don't hurt off $1,000, So continue going over here and you want to make sure these are pretty much checked out. And I think we're good in terms of these settings over here. So just everything could leave be. You could click save right here. And we're done with the checkout settings. And then we're going to go into shipping and delivery. So we're going to have to set up our shipping settings right now. So when it comes to your shipping settings, what this basically means is your profile. It means when somebody is about to make a purchase on your store and they get charged shipping, where are they going to see? So we have to set this in. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new profile, and this could be for all products. Now, in the future, when you do get more advanced with Shopify, you could go ahead and create your special shipping packages. But in this case right now, we're just going to do it for all of our products, and we don't have a product yet, which is going to bring me to the next parts of our module, which is creating a product page, which I have nothing here because I'm just going to go ahead and create a product right now with you guys. So remember that we're gonna have to go back to shipping and delivery. So right now I'm just gonna click back here and I'm not gonna do anything yet. And I'm just gonna go ahead and create a product for you guys. So a few things that we might have to touch upon before we go into product is going to be what is the difference between a collection page and what is a product page. So a collection is a grouping of products that merchants can create to make their stores easy to browse. Basically, you want to group your items together. Let's say you're selling a line of 36-inch fireplaces. You want to group this as 36-inch fireplaces. Let's say you're running different brands, right? You have different suppliers. You want to group them in your collection page for your brand, right? So this is an example. Let's say in saunas, right? There are tons of different saunas, infrared saunas, outdoor saunas. You could group it into one-person sauna, two-person sauna, infrared saunas. It's just grouping. That's what collections are. It's just a bundle of products. And so now we're gonna go straight into building out a product page for us. So we're gonna go into product section over here. We're gonna just click add product. And then in terms of adding product, this is the title. This is what you're going to name the title of your product. This is where we put the description. This is where we add in information. This is where we add in the photos. This is where we put in our price points. And this is the cost per item for accounting purposes. When you do get the supplier information, you want to input your pricings over here. This is how you track quantity. And this is where you put in weight. And then a variant is just another option for the product. So let's say you're buying a electric fireplace, and that electric fireplace comes in different sizes, 30-inch, 36-inch, 40-inch, 45-inch, or it comes in the colors blue, sapphire gray, matte graphite. And you could choose your options. Those are your options for the product. That's what a variant is. It's a variant of the product. And so we're just gonna go ahead and create a product. So the best way for me to just start off and find some products to add in is going to be just looking at what this competitor is selling. So this is a Cozyard product, and just for demonstration purposes, this is how you go about into finding and taking products. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this. This is the title. I'm just gonna break it down so you guys can see it like this. So this is the title. This is the ChatGPT description, I guess. I highly do not recommend to put emojis inside your descriptions. It's just very unprofessional in my opinion. I don't think it looks good, but I'm just making this product just so you guys could see the nuances inside. So this is the description, that's the title. Now we're just gonna add the photos. So let's go back to here and it's gonna take the photo. So photo 1, photo 2. I don't know why they have some beer here, but I wouldn't add that. I also don't like photos with these text over here. I think that it's a major red flag for Google. This, you could potentially do, but just keep it simple. Just have photos like this, because when you do apply to the Google Merchant Center, which is like basically when you want to run Google ads, you're gonna have to go through like a verification process, and part of the screening is you're gonna screen through your Shopify website and they're gonna see through these photos. They're just gonna scan through it, and you want to make sure that that is taken care of. So when you guys are applying to Google Merchant Center, when we're trying to advertise for Google, there's gonna be an algorithm that scans through your website page. And so if you have images that are maybe less premium or just doesn't look the best, it might, just cause your chance of getting banned by Google a little bit higher. So I highly recommend just go with professional photos and avoid words and text and all that stuff in it for now. And you can set up the pricing. So we're just gonna straight up take their pricings and everything just for demonstration purposes, so you guys could see how this was entered. If there was a cost per item, you could put the cost like right over here, and then we're gonna click save. And as you could see, publishing, we're gonna manage the sales channel, so you could take these two off and just publish it on your online store. It's only in the United States market right now, and this product organization is actually very key. It's actually very, very important. You guys wanna make sure that you enter the respective information. So I'm just gonna put gazebo over here. Canopies and gazebo. So this is just a BBQ canopy, and then the vendor is going to be Cozyard. And then we don't have a collection page yet. This is just a homepage collection, and you can add any tags. So your tag is going to be what you're telling the algorithms for them to reference when they crawl through your photos and your titles. It's just gonna be like tags. It's like just tagging someone so you know what they're about. And so in this case, you could put like gazebo, BBQ gazebo. This is just a way to tag things. It's just for you to keep things organized. But let's just say I'm gonna just type in gazebo right over here. And then that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna click save. And then I'll show you guys how it looks like on our product page over here. So this is now Cozyard. You see the title over here. And honestly speaking, my store is looking a little bit better than theirs already. Like boom, 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 boom. I like mine, no bias. I don't love the emojis over here. I don't recommend it, but you could play around with it. And then that's it for now. And then what you could do is you're gonna click add to cart, and you're gonna click checkout, and then my logo should be there right over here. And then boom, we're just gonna have to enter our shipping information so that people could check out. And then we have to set up our payment gateway, which we were talking about in the previous like 20 minutes ago, but it's coming together, guys. It's coming together. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we just set up our 1-800 number. We have our emails in place. And the final thing that we need to do is go through the apps breakdown as well as the emails for your e-commerce store. So I hope you guys find value in all of the videos that we have provided. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if there are buttons down below, and apply for our one-on-one coaching mentorship program. But we're gonna go into our apps breakdown now and just dive a little bit more in depth into the email marketing side. What we have today, first and foremost, we're just gonna continue off with the email. So basically, in terms of email, we use Klaviyo to set things up. And I actually created a live demonstration of me going into the SMS and email flows back when I first started off another store, which is in the electric bike niche. This is known as Belcopia. And so we're actually gonna use this website as our reference. In terms of building out your store and just making your website look as good as possible, the only thing that I could do is show you the fundamentals of making the website. But in terms of like the images and the products, you're gonna have to go and do some fine tuning yourself. But I also know it could be quite challenging at first for you to reference anything because you just don't know what you're looking for. So I recorded down this entire module to demonstrate how to create the store, but I also want to give you a reference point so you could look at this electric bike store that we also have branded by Peak Flow. This is known as Belcopia, and you could see some of the main differences is going to be number one, the theme that we're using. This in particular theme, I believe the Prestige theme, and we put in our necessary customizations and we made things look good. This is my boy Nelson. He actually documented his journey with electric bike on his YouTube channel, so you definitely go check that out. And I'm just gonna go in depth into giving you the eye to spot what to look for in a high ticket e-commerce store. So a few things that you want to look for when it comes to high ticket e-commerce brands, you'll see that they put the brands on their website. You'll see like a lot of high ticket e-commerce stores do that. So let's just say we'll go into Gazebo Nation. We're just going to go find some high ticket dropshippers that are dropshipping right now. And we're getting hit with Cozyard, like these ads a lot. Some stores have it, some don't, but I'm not going to go right now straight into finding an exact Gazebo store to show that. But I could tell you Recovery for Athletes, that's a store that is an example of high ticket, and this is exactly what they're doing. I believe this might be the Empire theme. Does it look like our store? No, it doesn't. Kind of, not really, but it have a little similarities. But you see brands over here, you'll see they list all of their brands. Same with Belcopia, so you could look into that for competitive research, but you can also put that in for yourself. That's just something for you to be aware of. These are collection pages, and I showed you guys how to make the collection pages. This is where you put blogs and resources. So the resources should be over here, actually. These are the resources, and this is just blog, but I think the word blog and resources just look a little bit better. And then you put all of the information here: shipping info, terms of service, return policy, privacy policy, warranty policy, FAQs, contact us, our story. You could just use this as a reference point for all of your stores. And I'm just gonna go deep into how the store looks like. All right, so we have a front example of how it looks like. As you guys could see, we just have to put our phone number here, but we should be able to do that from our Grasshopper number. We have Tidio over here, so when somebody live chats us, you're gonna be able to talk. Make sure you fill in like your logo, your icon over here, and you could test around with it, but this is pretty much gonna be working. And so now if we were to compare our store, this is what you should spot, okay? So both themes work, they're both good. I'm just gonna go and show you some things that you have to be aware of when it comes to your products. So first and foremost, always make sure you have a SKU over here. Again, for those that don't know what SKU is, stock keeping unit. Make sure you go and check the previous modules if you skipped out on that. And then if we see over here, you'll see that we have the SKU for all of the products. And even if there might not be a particular SKU over here, you will see it through this, right? So in this particular case, I believe Nelson might have gotten rid of the SKU option, which is okay, but ideally you should want the SKU option. If we go to Recovery Athletes, you'll see that they most likely have the SKU. So let's just go and check over here. So this is a Recovery Athlete store. Look, they're using Tidio also. They're using Tidio just like us. And then they're selling massage chairs over here, which is fantastic. Great. This honestly reminds me of the same thing that we're using. A little bit annoying, but they should have the stock. They should have the SKU. So SKU is right over here. And I guess they don't. I'll tell you what the point of the SKU is. The point of the SKU is so when you have a customer that comes onto your website and they live chat you or they call you, you get straight to the point. They'll know exactly what product they're looking for. They tell to you or your sales rep. And so you'll know exactly what to identify. So you should have it, or you could put it onto your title, which will then negate the point of having it. But you could put it onto your title, or you could have SKU on your website, or you can have both. And so some things that you want to notice, this store, which is mine, does this. So do we over here. So it is in your best interest to create something like that over here. Now, these are beyond the regular default Shopify theme, which is how I recommend to go to Upwork, right? If you don't know how to do it, you could do Upwork or Fiverr. And I'll probably have another video in my modules on how to create a job listing to hire someone. But basically you want to go onto upwork.com, create an account, and you want to create a job posting. Basically, you're just going to put it onto like a billboard, an online billboard, and it's going to go ahead and hire you a web designer. If you are in my Peak Flow coaching program, we usually recommend our web developers to our students. So you could always just ask me for my private developer and we could just help you manage the website design. So basically what I would do is I would list down all of the things that I would need, and I couldn't do it on my own Shopify platform on my side. So I'll be like, oh, I want to add the SKU over here. I want to add these specific check marks and add these specific words. I want to add these shipping, delivery, and 30-day return policy over here, because I think they're using the same theme that we're using actually. So I want to add this over here. I want to add this over here, and you could just let them know and they could do it for you, because this is actual web development work that we don't need to go about and do. And then you can see they have a description part over here, which you want to maybe ask your developer to put the description part over here. And then in terms of if you think this looks blank or not, once we add in the apps and the frequently bought togethers, and then you'll have like another section that's just say recently viewed, you should have more layers over here. But going back into what to spot for, that's the first thing. Always put like a number here, because you could get the number, or you could also just live chat. And then you also notice there will be the sticker badge over here. I don't know if this brand does it, but I believe Nelson wants to add this. This looks clean, I like it. And then you can see they have these for shipping and returns, price matching. And then we also have a custom video. Again, for you to create a custom video, you just go on Upwork, you put a job listing where you want a spokesperson to say a certain script that you do. And we will give you guys the script inside our coaching program, because that is more of an additional thing. You don't need it, but it would look better. It will enhance it. And these are little things that, you know, having a coach and mentor really does help, and just fine tune your process. But you go onto Upwork, create a spokesperson, you know, job listing, get somebody to spokesperson your brand and video. And then you'll notice that we have description policy, return policy, shipping policy, and then about the brand. So he went out of his way to create the about us, which you could too as well. Create your story about us. And then you could just tell your web developer to add these column tabs and just show them an example of what to do. Like you show them an example of this. I'm sure they'll be able to kind of replicate something similar to that for you to continue fine tuning your website. And then other than that, you want to look at maybe like the bottom footer. You'll see we have this stuff on the bottom as trust badges. They have this, your satisfaction is guaranteed. And then straight into the bottom footer where you have this stuff over here. And then if we go into the bottom over here, you'll see we have this stuff, which is the navigation bars that I showed you guys before. And then we have it over here, and then you just customize it. But the point is I showed you guys the fundamentals on how you create it. So now it's just for you to plug and play and understand the nuances and just go through and just tuning out and making your store look as professional as possible. And so now that was the finalization of this part of the module, showing you guys how to build out the store, showing you the fundamentals, product page, collection page, store policy, setting up your domain, setting up the emails, setting up the theme, putting in place pictures for the theme, and just showing you guys exactly how to do each of these step by step. Now your job is to go and actually build your website, create a good logo, choose a good and solidified niche, and just tap into the industries and find the suppliers, work with them, add the products on, create collections, build your business. This is the fundamentals to getting your high ticket e-commerce sale, guys. So I hope you guys find value. And so now we're gonna go into the final part, which is the apps. So for Bellcopia, these are the apps that we're using. The ones highlighted in yellow are the mandatory ones. Like these are the ones that you absolutely have to use. The rest you could kind of just look at and decide whether or not you wanna use it. But you definitely need Klaviyo. Klaviyo is for email marketing and SMS marketing. Judge Me is for your reviews. Simprosis is known as your Google shopping feed. So what that basically is, remember how I was telling you about Google ads, right? And so you're trying to connect your Shopify account with Google ads, and you have Merchant Center in between as the middleman between your Shopify account and your Google ads. That's the layer one, right? Now, in order for you to connect with your Merchant Center, you use a middle ground, which is known as Google Simprosis. So your Simprosis, your Google shopping feed, which is what I have over here, that is what's going to connect your Shopify store with your Merchant Center. So I know it gets confusing, but basically you're not just like, how do you submit your stuff on Shopify into the Merchant Center? Like, what are you supposed to input? Google shopping feed does that. Like that's the middleman. That's known as a feed. So when it comes to connecting your feed, you could use the shopping app for $5 a month, or you could create your own feed. That's going to be on you and you're going to have to figure it out. But I recommend just using Google shopping feed. These are a team of professionals. They will help you a lot with Merchant Center and your shopping app and your shopping feed. They're not going to run the ads for you, but I use this and I highly recommend it. Boost AI search and discovery is just a way to organize your tabs. So when you guys are going through and shopping through brands, right? Let's say you go through percussion massagers And you'll see on this on the left side, they have brand, they have product type, they have ratings. You see that you're able to sort through. That is bold product filters. So you just have to go through the tutorials and build out the filters. I'm not gonna do that for you because I don't have enough products for me to kind of just filter in. But once you start adding in more products, have more collection pages, you need to organize things. Boost filter is going to be your best option to organize all of that. Symprocess again is used to connect your Shopify account with your merchant center. Judge Me is gonna be for reviews. Klaviyo is for SMS. So these are the settings that I recommend. And for Trevor's, I believe he recommends to have Judge Me. So definitely have Judge Me. Symprocess, he says don't install it until approved with Merchant Center. I believe you could install it even if you aren't approved, because from my experience, the team on Symprocess actually helped bring me to like another Google rep when my Merchant Center account got banned. But again, this is up to you. Again, there's more than one way to the top of the mountain. This is what I did, and I applied to Merchant Center with the shopping feed, so you could do it. However, Trevor doesn't recommend it, so you could go with however you like, depending on where you're at in your journey. So keeper, recovery, abandoned carts, that's gonna be important. So an abandoned cart is basically when somebody goes onto your website. So let's say somebody is going onto gazebosavvy.com and they're interested in buying this gazebo from me. So you're gonna go ahead and they're gonna add it to cart. So you're gonna click add to cart, and then you're gonna see it. It's in the cart now, right? So it's an abandoned cart. So let's say the customer enters the information, boom, at Gmail, and then you could just put an address. And then let's just say somebody does that, right? And because your shipping cannot be shipped to an address, review your address to assurance. For you to solve this problem, by the way, you're just gonna go back into shipping settings and make sure it's correct. And if there are any lingering problems, you could let a coach know in Peak Flow, or you could just contact Shopify. But basically, when somebody gives a little of their information, sometimes they're about to buy a product, right? Maybe not $200, it's gonna be like $2,000 or $20,000. They are not going to buy on first impulse. Like, that's not how high ticket works. High ticket works with a long customer buyer's journey. So sometimes they might just fill in the information, they're just shopping around. You'll get the customer information. So that's an abandoned cart. And so an abandoned cart is a cart that has been abandoned. So it's pretty much a lead that you could follow up with. A lead is somebody that's interested in your product or service. So this is a potential client. This is as warm as it gets. You run some ads, they fill in their information, they're about to half buy. They're like half in the water and half not. You just have to convince them to buy, sending out some emails to them, SMS to them, or whatever it might be for you to abandon the cart. But that's what that Keeper app is for. B Profit is for your financial analytics. That's great for you to input all of your costs, your expenses, and it's a great way to track your profits. I highly recommend that as well. Buddha Mega Menu is for your mega menu customization, which is going to be on your homepage. So this is your mega menu. This is the basic one that we have on Shopify. But again, you could go a little bit more in depth into it. You could build out your own mega menu. So you could check out the Buddha mega menu navigation. And then for live chat, Trevor recommends Chatra. I used Tidio. There are more ways to the top of the mountain than one. Feel free to use any of these sauces, guys. Me and him are on the same team, and we're gonna help you absolutely kill it in high ticket e-commerce. We're at the forefront of this, and we are gonna continue doing our best to serve you guys. So let's continue. Now, in terms of store reviews, the one thing with Judge Me reviews is you could actually import your reviews. And I recorded a video in the past demonstrating how I set up reviews onto the Belcopia store. So it's a quick 1-2 minute video. By the way, guys, if you need access to this Notion, you just have to let me know and comment down below, or just hit me up and we'll give it to you so that you have all of this information. But that is pretty much it when it comes to your apps. You need your Judge Me app, you need the reviews app, you need shopping feed app, you need the bold search and filter app, you need your email marketing apps. We already set everything up over here. And then in terms of finalization, you could refer to Belcopia as a store example. You could look at other stores as well. And then if you want access to Trevor's course, we have another link to come into our school community. Maybe you're watching already, so you already have access to it. But pretty much this is where we're just gonna consolidate all of our information, and then you'll just have access to both of our course information to just get started. Like, you have literally no reason to not be able to get your first high ticket e-commerce sale. However, when you do, when you start managing your ads, scaling it, building systems, automations, I highly recommend you to check me and Trevor out, and we'll help guide you and just share with you the wisdoms to help scaling your business to 7, 8, 9 figures, because we just do this all the time. So it's fun for us. It's probably the best part of building a business. It's being able to scale with good foundations. And so if you guys watch through all of this entire video, all of the modules, you should have a pretty solid foundation with your high ticket e-commerce store. Thank you all so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I know your time is valuable, and I really wish you the best of luck building out your high ticket e-commerce store. To all of the new people coming in, please check me out on YouTube and whatever source and platforms you might be. To all the competitors watching, I hope this helps level up your game, and hopefully you're able to push me, and we're gonna absolutely kill it in the high ticket e-commerce space. And so with that being said, guys, I know your time is valuable. Thank you all so much for your time. Like, comment, subscribe if there are any buttons. Apply for our one-on-one mentorship program to help you get to $30,000 a month in 24 weeks, guaranteed, or we'll work with you for free. And with that being said, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this part of the module where we go and dive deep into ads. Now, if you've been watching me up until this point, you'll know that we created our Gazebo store. We went ahead and found suppliers. We went ahead and imported products into our store. And now in this video, first, I have to go ahead and install some of the apps for you guys before we go into the nitty-gritty of ads. And so the first thing I'm going to do is introduce you guys to the Google Shopping Feed app. And I know I mentioned this briefly in my previous module, so make sure you guys check those out if you haven't seen those already. But pretty much I'm just going to go and install all of the necessary apps with you guys so that you could just go through it with me and just set it up together. So let's just get started. First, I'm going to go ahead and I'll open up the Gazebo store. So I have the store with me right now, and I'm gonna go and set App Store, and I'm just gonna go click all recommended apps, and then I'm gonna go and click the Shopify App Store. And the first thing that I'm going to find is the Shopping Feed app. So Google Shopping Feed. I'm gonna search it, and I know that Simprosys is gonna be over here. Now you can use other ones, but I recommend using Simprosys. And so I'm just gonna click install, and this is pretty much what goes on. You just click install, and you're gonna click install again. And pretty much what the Google Shopping Feed is it connects your Shopify store to the Google Merchant Center. And your Google Merchant Center is what connects your Shopify store to your Google Ads. So it's just kind of like a little matrixy, but this is how it works. And so now I have to sign into Google to I have to create my Merchant Center. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just click continue and just use this email for everything. I'm gonna click allow, and you just wanna give access and permission to Google Shopping Feed. And now it's gonna connect my Merchant Center account, and I'm stuck over here. So the next thing I have to do is going to be install and create my Merchant Center, which I'll do in the later modules. Right now, I'm just gonna go through all of these apps and just see if I could bypass this right now and just not have a Merchant Center and see how that goes. No, we actually have to have a Merchant Center. So I'll make another video that goes into it in a bit. I just want to install all of the apps right now. So we have Titty already. We're going to install Klaviyo right now. And I don't have the marketings on this store yet, but if you guys watch the other modules, you should have your email marketing in place as well. So I'm just going to set up my account right now so that we could continue this. So boom, go through these verification processes over here. Motorcycles, how did I miss that? Get started. And then the next app that I want to install was Judge Me. So this is going to be your review app, and this is how you install reviews onto your store. So I'm just gonna click boom. So now I have Klaviyo inside over here, and boom, Gazebo Savvy, or at gazebosavvy.com. Boom, email only, check your email. And then I would have had Klaviyo installed. I would have Judge Me installed by going here, start setup, enable app, and now go into here. And I believe this should be enabled. Boom. Damn, guys, like the store is coming together. All I literally need is just more products on the catalog and then probably some reviews. And this could probably go off as like a high ticket dropshipping store, like you would probably see. So just goes to show like anybody could do this. Like you definitely could do it. So I just click next step, install review widget, and this has been installed. So next step, boom. We couldn't find it. What do you mean? Review widget, boom. Yeah, save. This is good, finish. We couldn't find the star ratings, try again. Boom, I think that's good. So click Judge Me now. All right, so now we're over here. And then you could just watch through and go through how to use it. But pretty much it's quite straightforward. You just have to go into manage reviews. and then you could click import reviews. And then from here on, you could import it if you had other reviews previously, or you could just make your own, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So pretty much you just have to go to import export, and I believe they will give you a sheet. So you have to find your sheet. Just click this article, and then you'll see that they have this import template sheet, and then you just have to make a copy of it. So you're just gonna tell you make a copy. And this sheet is where you just fill in the information. And this is the information that you need to fill out: your body, the rating, and then the URL. And so I have another video in the module that I literally go live example of importing like reviews over here, but this is how you're gonna do the review stuff. I believe that's it. And the boost filter, so that's just gonna help filter all of the products, which I'm not gonna install only because I don't have that much products on this store right now. But you pretty much install boost and you'll have all of your apps ready. And so now I'm just gonna finalize it by just creating a merchant center as well right now, just so I could connect the Google account onto the Simprosys. So basically, I'm gonna go into Google Merchant Center, and now I have to go ahead and I have to confirm that it's me. So let's do that. So I just got redirected to this, which is interesting, but now I'm gonna go into the Merchant Center. I'm gonna click sign into Merchant Center, and then do you sell products online? Yes. Your store's website, gazebosavvy.com. Do you have a physical store? No. Show your products on Google for free. Continue to Merchant Center. Business name, Gazebo Savvy. Uncheck these because I don't want emails. Now we're gonna continue. And boom, our merchant center has been created. Now guys, when it comes to your merchant center, you wanna make sure that you fill in all of this information. Make sure that you set it up with the phone number that I showed you how to set up with either OpenPhone or Grasshopper, and you add your business address onto here. You wanna confirm the online store. You wanna add all of the details. Like literally, you just have to go through all of these checklists that the merchant center gives you and just go through all of them and make sure that's all completely set up. And then also make sure this is a new interface that I haven't really seen too crazy yet, but it is what it is. I mean, you just basically just go through all of these and just fill in all of your right information because you will need this to advertise on Google. Like you have to fill in all of that info out. So now this should be connected to a merchant center account. So let's see right over here, launch, connect, confirm your account. And so now you're gonna click yes, I've enabled programs, and then boom, you just verify, and now you've connected your Google shopping feed into your store. So hopefully this will continue. So I'm just gonna wait it out and just make sure. Automatic domain did not verify. This is the interface that I was used to back with Merchant Center also. So it's a little bit different, but you could still definitely do what you have to do here. So confirm online store, you just wanna confirm it. So it's not that hard, just get the code. So you're gonna add and use your e-commerce platform. I was gonna do this, but you just do this right here. Copy the HTML tag generated for your store. So let's just read some instructions. Open your Shopify.com, go to stores, add a code in the theme liquid, paste the meta tag onto the HTML tag right before the head. Click save, return to merchant, and verify your store. That's a lot of information. So let's just click the first one and just take it one at a time. Okay, so this is just back to the Shopify. And now we're gonna go into the Shopify theme, and then we're gonna go click edit code. And then what did they say? They said edit code in the layout, theme liquid, meta tag before the head. So theme liquid, and then I believe the head tag is, if we search it, the head tag is right here. So just boom, and paste this, and then click save. And now you just click verify your online store, and this should be verified. Boom. Simple. So click continue. So now this has been verified. And now we're just gonna go to here and just gonna click auto verify domain and activate app embedded. So we're gonna have to embed this app onto here as well. So just gonna boom that, click save. That's good. Revalidate domain. And now let's try one more time. Boom. You see guys, you cannot fail if you do not give up. That's the big message I want you guys to understand. We're gonna skip the shipping and settings for now, and we're gonna click continue. And now the shopping feed app has properly connected you into your Shopify store. So now what you have to do is you have to choose a product ID format. So I recommend you do global format right here. And this is pretty much good. You're just gonna click sync. And now it is syncing your products on your Shopify store with the shopping feed. So now this is gonna connect to your merchant center, which is this over here. And this merchant center is what's gonna connect you into Google Ads. So this is how it all works, congested, and boom, we are live. And that's it for this video, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And if you guys are interested in me and Trevor helping you set this up with you guys side by side, make sure you apply for our one-on-one mentorship program that's gonna help you get to $30,000 a month in 24 weeks, or we will work with you for free. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you guys all in the next training.